Good afternoon from Disney's Hollywood Studios. We're here today because we haven't been to Hollywood Studios in a while. So we're gonna check on the golden statues for the 50th anniversary. There's a few here. There's also some new food items, one of which is at the Brown Derby, and I'm very excited to give that a try because it's like Walt's hash with a filet mignon on top with an egg on top of that. Sounds delicious. We're gonna try that. And also, since the last time we've been here, Rise of the Resistance has gone to standby only. You don't need a boarding group to get on it. So we'll go in and see what the wait time is. Probably get in line and wait and see how long the physical wait is as opposed to the posted wait. And we'll go from there. So let's head inside. Not too busy of a day. It's pretty okay. So I think our first stop will be to get some dinner at Brown Derby with the filet. Walt's hash underneath the filet. Fun fact, since the last time, oh wait, Chip and Dale are over there. What are they doing up there? They have acorns. So all I did was join the walk-up list on the app for the Brown Derby Lounge, and they sat me within 5 minutes, within like 2 minutes actually. And here's what I'm getting: filet mignon with Walt Disney's roast beef hash underneath, haricots vert, red wine sauce, served Walt's way with a fried egg on top. Looks like it's gonna be pretty good. I think you could probably get the menu using this QR code. I don't know if that's a different menu than the full Brown Derby menu, because they are also serving the full Brown Derby menu out here, which is what this is. Also, if you ever come here to the Brown Derby and you're not getting something special like this filet, this darn Cobb salad is so delicious, and I do highly recommend it. There it is, my steak. This looks so good. So this is a filet mignon on top of Walt's hash with an egg on top, a fried egg and haricots vert, and this little red wine reduction here. It looks good. I'm gonna cut it open and see how it looks on the inside. Ooh, that's a good looking steak right there. I'm pretty excited to give this a try. I got one a little bit of everything. Some eggs, some hash, some filet. The steak is so buttery, and the hash is a roast beef hash. Not like overly roast beefy, but you can definitely taste the roast beef in it. So the hash doesn't like pack a lot of flavor into it. The steak and the egg and the red wine sauce definitely do. So I would definitely try to get a little bit of everything when you get a bite. That steak is so buttery and so like tender. No, it's good. Seared to perfection. It's like seasoned very nicely. It's just some salt and pepper on the steak. So I think that just that, like I said, just the hash by itself, not really anything to write home about. It's just like potatoes and roast beef. But the steak is what really makes this. And then the egg on top, actually, it's the way that Walt liked it. And I think I like it that way too. It gives it a little bit different flavor than you're used to when you're eating a steak. Although it is enjoyable, but I don't know if I would order it more than once because I feel like I would have rather just had like a regular steak. But like I said, it is good. And this was $50. While I'm still eating this, I did want to mention that this steak is like grilled, like out on an open flame. And I think that really helps out a lot. It's very, very good. As I feel like I said this the last time that we ate here at the Brown Derby, is that the steak is great. Like I feel like this is probably one of the best steaks I've had on Disney property by a Disney restaurant. So I feel like I've had a better steak at like Wine Bar George, but this is the best one that I've had in a park at a restaurant that is like owned and operated by Disney. Alright, the first golden statue we come across, Joe Gardner. Yeah, and also something that's interesting is I don't see a 50th on this particular statue. Like we were talking about when we went to Magic Kingdom, a lot of them had the 50th except for the Cheshire Cat. Joe Gardner doesn't seem to have a 50th emblem on him anywhere. Oh, it's pretty hidden. It's on the stool right there. Just right there on that knob. Next up we got Flounder and Sebastian from The Little Mermaid. You can see their 50th is very noticeable. So that makes me wonder, maybe I just missed it on the cat. Maybe it was hidden somewhere in the actual sculpture. This looks awesome. Oh man, I absolutely love that they made Woody and Bo Peep the size of toys. It's so cool. And the 50th is down there. Oh man, I'm kind of blown away by this. This is, I know that Tink was small too at Magic Kingdom, but this I was not expecting. I was kind of expecting them to be larger than this. Here's my question. Why is the statue of Chip and Dale so big at Magic Kingdom? So just to give you guys some wayfinding, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is straight ahead of us. We were looking at Joe Gardner right there next to Brown Derby. Then Sebastian and Flounder were in the same planter as him, just a little bit further out. Then Woody and Jessie were in this little planter over here. kind of right behind that light pole. And then we're turning to the left now. And in this planter, we are seeing Frozone. This is sort of over by Bill and Min's Dockside Diner. Here's the other question. What do you think will happen to these after the 50th? Like, are they gonna leave them up for all eternity, or are they gonna like take them and put them somewhere? And then just to the left of Frozone, we've got Edna Mode. There she is. I like that she's looking at me judgingly. She's like, Tim, your shorts are too short. But yeah, so far, every single one of them has had this 50th medallion on them. I think I'm gonna stop mentioning the 50th medallion, and now I will only mention it if I don't see one. There she is, Edna Mode. So in the same planter as Edna Mode right there, just on the backside, we've got R2 and BB-8. I feel like the detail in BB-8 is so amazing. Like, look at that. Same thing with R2 though. Super, super detailed. I wonder what they used for reference on this statue. Like, did they use the actual R2 unit from the films, or did they just use the films? So now we are walking towards Galaxy's Edge to have a look at the wait time for Rise of the Resistance. Before we go there, I just want to stop and pay my respects in the gift shop here at the end of Vacation Fun. Gotta pay my respects to Potato Land. Here we are, we've made it to Potato Land. There it is, right there on the stool. The world famous potato. Potato Land, Potato Land. So this is a fun little thing, like at the end of the short, the Vacation Fun Mickey and Minnie's short, there's this, it's a little gift shop. Right now they're not selling anything, the gift shop's actually closed, but they still have all of the photo ops available from scenes from the short. And not to mention scenes from the Mickey and Minnie shorts, like Potato Land. And this would have been the gift shop right here, but like I said, it's closed right now. All right, heading down Grand Avenue to go into Galaxy's Edge. Check on Rise of the Resistance. Oh, this is wild. Before you even get into Galaxy's Edge, they have an extended queue set up way out here to accommodate the long line for Rise of the Resistance. Probably that shows up first thing in the morning. I guess I take that back. The long line is here right now. Not terrible, but it says it's a, I know it's kind of like pulsing for you guys, but for me it says it's a 65-minute wait. And it looks like it is every bit of a 65-minute wait, because the line is definitely all over the place in there. And we do already have signage for the lightning lane here at this specific attraction. It's interesting because it feels like Galaxy's Edge is not that full of people. I'm gonna head over to Millennium Falcon and see what the wait time is over there. Got some stormtroopers up here. Where are they headed to? They're like, we're leaving. Oh, okay, so standby is only about 30 minutes. And they have a single rider line too. Right now, this would say Lightning Lane in the future. Right now it just says Onaka Transport Solutions. And then it gives the time, 4:50. So one of the big announcements that we got during the 50th anniversary celebration is that Star Wars The Galactic Star Cruiser, which is the Star Wars themed hotel that is opening up on property. It's more of like a land cruise style because it's a 2-day, like call it an adventure. A 2-day adventure. You have to book 2 days. You can't book any more, any less. And it's just like a cruise where all of your meals are included. Spaceship is making noise behind me. And you get to do excursions and things like that. And one of your excursions is you come to Batuu, which is where we're at right now. That's what Galaxy's Edge is called. And we think that the entrance that you're going to, like your port or like your shuttle docking area, is over here in this section of Batuu.
Attention all units. Prepare docking bay for the 709.
What? So this is where we were just filming with this ship behind us. There is an Imperial, like the dark side basically, gift shop over here. And then over in this direction, we can see this is where you would buy your blue and green milk. And then directly behind me, you can see this looks like a temporary door, like it's covered with scrim. And we believe that is because this is going to be the location that you enter into the land when you come here on an excursion from Galactic Star Cruiser. Or as they're calling it, the Halcyon. That's the name of the ship. Ray is up on top. She's just checking the weather, making sure it's okay. Feel a slight drizzle coming in. There she is.
The spires some goes broken and tossed. Come stay here forever. or just pass on through, the spirit of Blackspire will forever change you. Welcome to Blackspire, friends. May your deals go well.
Well, that was interesting. It was like a poem about Blackspire Outpost. Well, Rise of the Resistance has gone down slightly in the amount of time that we were in here. Now it's only a 60-minute wait. So I pulled up the app to mobile order at ABC Commissary, and I thought there was only one thing at ABC Commissary, and that was the chocolate mousse. But now I found out that there are two. A caramel apple tart. And you can tell they are specific to the 50th because you see that little emblem there in the corner. So I'm only going to get one of them right now because there's still another specialty dessert that I have to try over at Starbucks. So I got the chocolate mousse. Wow. It is so quiet in this section of the park compared to Galaxy's Edge where we just were. We're headed to ABC Commissary. This is called the chocolate mousse, raspberry dark chocolate mousse, chocolate almond cake, and a layer of hazelnut crunch and whipped chocolate hazelnut cheesecake. Ooh, that sounds so good. It looks really nice too. I'm so darn excited to give this a try, but I gotta cut it in half first. So let's cut into it. When I was trying to cut it in half, I had to end up touching the bottom there, like the actual piece of cookie that's underneath it. And I got like gold dust all over my fingers. Yeah, this looks pretty good. The cross section doesn't really do it any justice. It kind of looks like a same thing all the way through. I know it's not, but that's just sort of how it looks. So like this section right here was really difficult to cut through. It was very hard, but this top section was real easy to cut through. So I know that this is more of like a mousse, and this down here is more of like a cake. All right, let's give it a try. I feel like I got kind of a lot of everything on there. Oh, the raspberry. I was like, what is that fruity flavor? So I think the top part only up here, like the moussey part, is the raspberry. And it's dark chocolate too, so it has like an interesting flavor between the two. Like between dark chocolate and raspberry. I think dark chocolate and raspberry go together really well. All right, let's try this like cakey part. It's like a really dense cake. Like a chewy hazelnutty cake. There's also like some crispy bits, like some hazelnut crispy bits. I think I like the like chewy brownie bit on the bottom the best. But the way that everything goes together, if you get a bite full of everything, it goes together so good. Like the mousse up top, the brownie bit on the bottom, the chocolate, the hazelnut. I don't know. This is delicious. I think you should try this if you come here. Really good. I should also mention, I'm not usually a fan of raspberry and chocolate together, but the raspberry flavor in this is not too overpowering. So it kind of like goes really, and it's a dark chocolate, so it goes really well together. Also, check this out. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this, but there it is. There's some like little gold bits in the glaçage, like gold flakes. I think the most interesting thing about that dessert is that it's not as rich as it looked. I think because the like top bit is deceiving. The raspberry mousse part is very light, but then the brownie bit is very dense. So it kind of like evens out between the two. I was concerned because that's why I didn't order the two that are here, because I still have another one to go and get over at Starbucks, and I didn't want to like overdo it on the sweet stuff. I think I probably could have done all three now that I've like eaten this one. Came over to look at the wait time for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It's only a 35-minute wait right now. That's not bad at all. Pluto's just out here making sure that Sebastian and Flounder are safe. Keeping all the Fab 50 gold statues nice and safe. Looking good, Pluto. Looking good. So up here on the corner of Sunset and Hollywood, Sunset Boulevard and Hollywood Boulevard, you can see Mickey and Minnie's is down at the end of the road right there. We have the Trolley Car Cafe, which is actually the Starbucks location here. We're gonna head inside and get another dessert. As I was heading in, I heard the music start. We've got a cavalcade coming through, starting off with Chip and Dale. And there's Minnie. And of course, Pluto. And then there's Mickey. I did want to point out that they have new Starbucks tumblers for the 50th with a retro look to them. And each one is specific to each park. So this one is the Hollywood Studios one. So here's the thing, on Disney Parks blog it says Trolley Car Cafe, Glimmer and Shimmer Pineapple Mousse. And it doesn't give any specific like start date. There's a picture of it up there, and I feel like I've seen people getting it. So there's a picture of it on the Disney Parks blog, and I feel like I've seen pictures that people have taken and tweeted out. But I asked them and they said, yeah, we're gonna get it, but we don't have it yet. And I was like, you guys sold out of it? She goes, no, we're gonna, it'll be coming soon. So I don't know if maybe I just saw something different or if they just haven't had it yet. I thought to myself, maybe I'll come down to Tower of Terror and see what the wait time's like down here. It can't be a long wait, right? Ooh. Came back by Rock and Roller Coaster, and the huge guitar at the front of the ride is behind scrim and scaffolding. Normally there's like a guitar body right here, and it extends up, all these strings extend up here and end up at the entrance with a headstock and a Cadillac. I believe it's Cadillac. Yeah, Cadillac hanging from it. Right now we don't really know what's going on. All kinds of rumors are swirling around about all sorts of different things. In all reality, I think they're just fixing up the guitar and probably maybe changing out the sponsor, because it used to be sponsored by Haynes, and maybe they got a new sponsor for it. I feel like they can't be doing too much to it right now, because if you look closely, we can see a neon light that's lit up through there. So if they were taking this guitar out, or if they were changing something real big on it, they would have turned off that neon. But then again, who knows? They could be changing it completely. We don't actually know, because nothing has been announced yet. But I was passing by Rosie's All-American Cafe and I saw this. Ooh, buddy. That sounds like it's gonna be delicious. So let's get it. So this is called Disney's Hollywood Studios 50th Celebration Sandwich Cookie. It is a pretzel shortbread cookie sandwich with strawberry jam and peanut butter chocolate fudge. This sounds like it's gonna be so delicious, and I cannot wait to try this. I don't really know, I was gonna try to pick it up, but it just folded in half. So this pretzel shortbread cookie is a cookie that they've used before. They've made this sandwich cookie thing before using the same pretzel shortbread. And I know that part's gonna be delicious. I can't just hold it up, it's just falling apart. So, I'm excited for this. Okay, I don't know if this is even gonna do anything as far as a cross section goes, but you can't really see the peanut butter in there. It's kind of right there on the top. Once I get further into it, I'm sure you're gonna be able to see it even better. That shortbread makes it. Wow. I will say the jelly, the jam, is a little bit how do you put it, full of pectin? So the pectin is what makes it kind of this stiff, almost like a fruit snack. So it's a little bit more solid than you would expect jelly to be, but that's good, because what they do is they pipe it around the outside, and that's what holds the peanut butter and chocolate in the center. So if you kind of are taking it apart, you're gonna get more peanut butter and chocolate in towards the center than you do on the outside. It has such a good flavor to it. I'm glad that I found this. This wasn't listed on the Disney Parks blog article that I was referencing for these things that I found here at Hollywood Studios. So that just goes to show you, if you're at a park, take a look at the menu, take a look at the mobile order. I didn't see it anywhere, it wasn't advertised anywhere. It was just in the mobile ordering, and I scrolled down until I found it. It didn't even have that emblem like I was showing you on some of the other choices or some of the other items. This is just something that I happened to find at Rosie's All-American, and it is so good. You know what this reminds me of? So Jackson has these things that he gets every once in a while called Jammy Sammys, and they're like a peanut butter granola bar type thing that has jelly inside of it. They're like a Nutri-Grain bar consistency, but the outside's made of a peanut butter crust, and then it's got the jelly in the middle, and that's what this tastes like. Very good. But also a little hint of pretzel in there in the shortbread pretzel cookie. Keep it up using this pretzel shortbread, because it's where it's at. Experiment all day long making new things with this pretzel shortbread, because I love it. I will say, I don't know if they tried to pull the salt off the pretzel or got unsalted pretzels, but it does need a little tiny bit of salt in there. Other than that, fantastic. So while I was eating, I was talking to some cast members, and they brought up some an interesting thing is that if you go into the app and you click on 50th, so you'll see here's the countdown that was there for a while, and if you hit explore the guide, it breaks it down into each one of the 4 parks, and it tells you, say I'm in Hollywood Studios, I click on that, it tells you can't miss experiences like the Beacon of Magic here at the Hollywood Tower Hotel or Tower of Terror, and the Fab 50 sculptures, and it gives you a little blurb about what it is and what time you need to be here to see it. The Tower of Terror, Beacon of, they call it the Hollywood Tower Hotel rather than calling it Tower of Terror. That's interesting, because I will often get it confused and call it the Hollywood Tower Hotel, and I know that that's confusing because that's the Tower of Terror ride. That's what everybody knows it as. But there's a big sign on the outside that says the Hollywood Tower Hotel. So here in the app, they're calling it the Hollywood Tower Hotel, a beacon of magic, and it's 7:45 tonight. There's like a little tiny show. It's not like a huge show. It's just like a few minutes of them lighting up the tower. Then it stays lit, and they have all these neat little like things that happen on the tower, like the Tip Top Club, which is at in the story of the Tower Hotel, is at the very top of the Tower Hotel as like a bar, and you could see people dancing up there. So, and then when you go down, there's Sips and Bites guide, and you can click Learn More, and then it breaks it down into each. And look at that, the very first thing is this cookie, and it breaks it down into different sections of the park. So like in Animation Courtyard, there's a drink that you can get. Commissary Lane, there's a dessert. Echo Lake, there is a drink and a dessert. So be sure to look at this and see if there's something that you would be like interested in. Ooh, Glimmer and Shimmer Blondie, gooey toffee and toasted coconut blondie with salted caramel buttercream and a festive gold nuggets, which is at Backlot Express. Also at Epic Eats, Glimmer and Shimmer Funnel Cake. Funnel cake with cookies and cream and soft serve vanilla ice cream topped with golden cookies and sprinkles. Wow, that is impressive. Speaking of the Glimmer and Shimmer Blondie, the cast member that I was talking to about it brought one over. Look at that, there it is. This looks so darn delicious. Wow, and they were so excited to tell me how delicious it was, so thank you to the cast members that brought it over. Okay, so it's like a coconut blondie. This thing is huge too, by the way. That is ridiculously good. Imagine if you will, a brownie, but a blondie, of course. So like a dense cake that's flavored like coconut, like a dense coconut flavored cake. My goodness, they brought this over, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat it all because I totally ate that entire cookie too. I got some of the buttercream icing in there. Almost has like a marshmallow flavor to it in the icing. Holy macaroni. What is going on here? Why is this so good? Super sweet though, by the way. And there are flakes of coconut in it. So it almost tastes like a macaroon. It's like a dark coconut, like a roasted, toasted coconut flavor to it. This is phenomenal. I have to bring it home. Like I'm gonna bring it home to Jen because there's so much on. This thing is gigantic. All right, well, definitely don't miss out on some of these things, some of these offerings here at Hollywood Studios. Check the My Disney Experience app for what's available at different places throughout the parks. This was really good. Thank you to the cast members for bringing it over. So there you have it. That was our trip out to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Did you have a good day, Bo? I did. Had a good time. A lot of really good food. That darn steak was so good. I couldn't believe how good it was. The egg really helped out with it a lot. So yeah, I was blown away by how good... Sorry, somebody wanted to take a picture with Bo, so I came over here. I was blown away by how good that steak was with the egg on top. The hash, like I said, a little bit bland, but still, like eating everything together added to the dish. Best steak I've had on property, like inside of a park. Definitely at the Brown Derby. Then we went over and checked out Galaxy's Edge. Very busy. We didn't get to go on Rise of the Resistance because it just would have taken up too much of the time at the end of the day here. Also, it went down after we left the land, so we would have been in line and it would have gone down while we were in line. So I'm glad we weren't waiting in line when that happened. Then we went over to ABC Commissary and we tried out the hazelnut like dome cake thing for the 50th. Ridiculously good. Came over here to Rosie's All American, had the sandwich cookie peanut butter thing. Ridiculously good. Then a cast member brought over the coconut blondie. Ridiculously good. Everything that we had today was so delicious. So I can't recommend Hollywood Studios enough. Come out here, try the food items for the 50th. So all in all, a fantastic day. And with that being said, we are off. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Haley, and it's now time to pay the price.